Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your favorite podcast, Back of the Short Bus Podcast. Hit podcast on youtube.com. Before we get to today's episode, I have a little announcement for you. We have our first ever ad read. So if you want to skip this ad read, like I know you do, skip to this time right here. If not, enjoy a little ad break from N by Darling. Looking for a storyline with a block game for the platform? Look no further than twitch.tv/nbydarling. This channel offers once-a-week videos with a glance into the lore and stories behind Sunset Isle, accompanied by chill-time streams with the best of series. Join in the fun and talk and chat. There's always someone to talk to. This message was brought to you by N by Darling. Check them out on twitch.tv. And now back to our regularly scheduled stupidity.
We're now recording another new episode, and wow, looks like they got Black Kenny again. Oh, that's a shame.
Looks like he's out of here. Looks like he's gone.
He's
Looks like
gone, but we don't have
him.
a replacement. We don't have a replacement this time. It's just us.
Yeah, it's just us two. You're gonna have to bear down
It's
with us
just
two.
us.
But we're like the
Yeah.
headliners of this series. Like we're
So it
we're
doesn't
what
matter.
you're here for. We're what you're here for.
He's the straight man. No one likes the straight man.
Did you kick me?
What? He's back. He's back.
Fucking, I was just using the bathroom, you dick.
Well,
Alright.
you were in there
Whoa!
for
It
like
was a
30
surprise
minutes.
appearance.
Don't fucking kick me then. Jesus.
Kenny was taking a shit for like 30 minutes, and we didn't know if he was coming back, so we started a new episode without him. I guess he's here now.
Oh my god, we're starting a new
He's here,
episode.
ladies and gentlemen. He's here.
It didn't get him. He's crawled back from the epitomes of death.
He crawled back. He somehow escaped.
I feel like dying right now.
What?
I feel like dying right now.
Cool.
That is a
We do
shame.
too.
The pain is innumerable.
Okay.
Imagine being a
Cool.
nerd.
Shut the
Very
fuck
cool. All right. Let's see. New episode. Right now.
Well,
it's
now
it's all three
it's
of
a-
us.
It's all three of us, not just two of us, which is
You're gonna have
nice.
a funny little episode with just the two of us. But what
then
a
somebody
surprise!
Somebody decided to survive, like a bitch.
That wasn't even supposed to happen either. I
That's
paid
kinda
good
crazy.
money.
I can leave.
You know what? You know what this? Yeah, you're right. Fuck off. You know what this episode should be?
Go fuck
Huh.
yourself.
You know-
Bye.
If you want to do World War fast food,
Oh, baby, yeah. Because Kenny,
all right.
Kenny wasn't gonna like say anything. He wasn't gonna put any input into that. I think we already knew that he was gonna have like,
Yeah,
if any input,
you-
very little.
yeah, very little.
World War fast food. All right.
World War
This is
fast
a
food.
topic we've been like cooking up for a couple months, like since
It-
November of 2021.
Yeah. All right. So
All
let's
right.
do this. Let's do this.
World War fast food. Background information. So, the whole concept here is that all fast food restaurants have decided to go into a fight using their employees as their soldiers.
I'd like to mention he
So,
left the call again, by the way. So it is truly
Yeah.
just us again.
All right, cool. Cool.
Okay.
All right. World War
Yep.
fast food. So,
Yeah.
what we decided so far is that there's two things. If we put a new restaurant in, we have to decide if the restaurant counts. We have to both agree that the restaurant is in.
It must count as a fast food. So things like Subway don't count, but something like a Sonic counts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So back to where we were. So
Yep.
we've drawn some like comparisons, such as McDonald's is very close to the USSR.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you take this away because you're the history buff, and I'll be here for my commentary.
All right. This isn't really close to any exact war. We make comparisons to different countries at different times, such as let's see, what was the one we were thinking of that would serve as the central powers during World War One? Would acted as sort
Oh.
of like the central powers.
Oh fuck, I don't even remember.
I think it was
Fuck.
In-N-Out Burger and Jack in the Box, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. In-N-Out and Jack in the Box, and then White Castle.
I don't think White Castle joined forces with them. Oh, no, they did.
No.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, they joined
And they
forces.
and
Yeah,
they
they were all
did that,
together.
and all three of them agreed to fight against McDonald's, the other restaurants, and Crystals.
Yeah. We
That's
also
right.
lovingly agreed that the chicken companies, such as like KFC and Chick-fil-A, were all on their like own war. They like didn't give a shit. They were
Yeah,
just on their own thing.
Chick-fil-A is against almost literally everyone else. So like Popeyes, Churches, Bojangles, KFC, they're all one
All
conglomerate,
against.
and they're all fighting Chick-fil-A.
It's like a crusade is what they're basically doing.
Yeah,
They're trying to purge everyone.
they're trying to
So
purge the
that was
chicken.
yeah, they're trying to purge the chicken. You know, you can't be the best, so you
So
have to kill the
we've
best.
contributed. Chick-fil-A is very close to Nazi Germany
That yeah.
because their ideals, they have an unwilling ideal. They're both Christian. That's just something I want to add. They're both like diehard
Hitler's in heaven.
Christianity. So
Hitler's
like,
in Hitler's in Hitler's in heaven.
yeah, all right.
How'd that
And
make you
they
feel?
have a very long list of outcast kind of people. So
Yeah.
that's the comparison in this.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
Chick-fil-A is like the Nazi Germany
Yep.
during World War II.
Yep.
And for
So
comparison, McDonald's is like the USSR, like during the 60s.
yeah, mid 60s. You know, real fun
Like, so
times.
you have like strong, like when the Cuba first started churning over, you have the second Korean War, you have the Vietnam War, that kind of stuff. So
Hmm.
McDonald's is a force to be reckoned with, although it is very large and has somewhat outdated stuff. It doesn't have as quality as some of its other competitors, but it does exist and it does put its foot down because of its mere size and sheer manpower.
Sheer manpower. Sounds like a gay porno.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right.
Did we ever agree of fuck, what is it called? The Jimmy John's. Did we ever agree with Jimmy John's?
Uh,
I think we
Jimmy John's was allied with someone else because we did decide it was a fast food restaurant.
yeah, but who was Jimmy John with?
I can't remember exactly. It may have been a part of the Central Powers Alliance with In-N-Out and Jack in the Box.
That makes sense. We can go with that.
Like,
All
the
right.
little Central Alliance is very much fights the McDonald's USSR, but like it is a very
Yeah.
lone fight. They also here and there clash with the Chick-fil-A, Nazi Chick-fil-A, but like it's pretty sparse compared to their fighting of McDonald's USSR.
Right.
Also,
Yeah.
I think it's what I'm saying. McDonald's USSR will fight anyone
Yeah, of course. They're just
because
they're
McDonald's are dicks like that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree.
All right,
I second the notion. So what
we
kind of
didn't agree that.
chemical warfare would Nazi Germany be using within the fast food wars?
I don't think it has to be chemical warfare because I'm using the comparison mostly for their ideals and their diehard
Their
fanaticalism.
connections. So you're telling me you don't think they would use mustard gas?
Shut up.
Mustard gas?
No.
Mustard gas?
Nope. No.
You sure?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm sure.
All right.
They would just say,
Just
"We don't like trans or gay people. Shut up." And we're gonna fight against anyone else who likes them.
Wait, what happened? I'm sorry. What happened?
Chick-fil-A, being similar to Nazi Germany, would say, "We don't like the gays or the trans people or the black people. They're evil."
Ow. I whipped myself again. Yeah. That's uh-huh.
That is what Nazi Germany did. So that's what Chick-fil-A would do. They also hold very specific things. We all know Chick-fil-A is like low-key racist.
Yeah, but we love them all
Like
the
that went
same.
without saying.
They got good lemonade.
So like, yeah, if you ever had a frozen lemonade from Chick-fil-A, if you ever not had it, go get it. It's great.
Yeah. We love Chick-fil-A, but they are Nazi Germany. I do love
I
them.
don't like their politics. I like their food.
I like their food. I don't like anyone's politics. I don't like politics. That's why I said the entire episode that you're allowed to be allowed to do whatever you want on your own terms, I'm not going to be there for.
Exactly, because that'll be
The
very political. Because I
the one,
like talking.
the one episode.
It's the thing about me, I like talking politics, but I like talking politics correctly. You know, civilized debating, not just
There's no
you're
fun.
wrong, because I said you are. Source, I thought of it.
You're right. But that's
Yeah, I
half
hate
the
those
fun
kind
of
of people.
political debates.
That is, but I don't like partaking in that. I like making fun of it. If
Gotcha.
someone actually wants to talk about political stuff, I'm talking about political stuff. I'm talking about how I want to go throw a Molotov cocktail at a police car and start a new government.
Not to get political, but what the fuck is oatmeal?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I
Like,
know
can
there's
someone
oats,
explain this?
but what the fuck is the meal?
Someone in the comments explain what oatmeal is.
Yeah, somebody in the comments explain the process in vivid detail of how to make oatmeal. Please
Yeah,
and thank you. You will be pinned
please.
along with
You,
whoever says first.
you'll be entered in a raffle for merch.
Whenever we get merch.
Yeah, we'll get merch and we'll get some people who've made contributions such as that, like oral, like the coleslaw hating gang.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Last episode, coleslaw hating gang, rise up. Hashtag coleslaw hate. Put that
Hashtag coleslaw hate. That'll be like
put
part
that
of
in
the
the
first line of merch.
put that
Coleslaw
in the
hate.
comments. Hashtag coleslaw hate. Put that in the comments.
Hashtag coleslaw hate.
Yeah. So that's beautiful. So I'm
Eventually,
gonna
we'll be entered in that raffle for the merch.
I still say we should get like jock straps with the back
The
of the
cum
short
wizard
bus
on it.
on it. No, back of the short bus. Come wizard on the front, back of the short bus on the back.
All right, cool.
By the
We still need
ass.
we still get someone to draw up the cum wizard.
We still need to drop the come wizard. I still haven't done that. I've edited that. Oh no, I'm about to edit that episode, and I still haven't drawn the come wizard.
All right.
It's a shame.
By this point, you're watching this episode. You've seen the cum wizard episode.
That's come out like a month ago.
Yeah. Call back to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, call back to. Hey, look, there he is in the driver's seat of the bus. Wow!
There he is.
Wow!
There he is. He's gonna commit
Look at.
vehicular manslaughter.
Wow! Anyway.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah.
We should
Back to-
open a
back-
Patreon when we get to 1,000 subscribers to help us fund buying a short bus.
Let's do 100.
100? To open
Yeah.
a Patreon at 100 subscribers.
No, 500. 500. Let's call it even. 500.
I was about to say we're already at a third of 100 because we doing numbers.
That's fair. We doing numbers.
We doing numbers.
But yeah, by the time of recording this, we're at 33 subscribers. By the time this should be released, it should be more.
We already mentioned that in the last episode too, because we don't. Little peek behind the curtains. But we don't normally film episodes in bulk. We do one at a time. But I just felt like doing another
sometimes
episode.
we record in bulk.
And by bulk, we mean 2 episodes. We have never recorded more than 2 episodes at a time. Who knows? Maybe today we'll change that.
It takes a while for them to be
45.
edited, and we release them like once every 2 weeks. It doesn't really matter. It goes out fine.
Yeah, it goes out fine.
At the time of recording, the 3rd episode, Raging Against the Mascots Part 2, has just released.
Yeah, that came out this Friday, so 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, episode 3 came out.
By this point, it'll be like 2 months ago by the time you're hearing this.
Yeah, because that's why I like every other week episode uploads. I think it works nice.
It kind of screws up the timing though, because we're talking about something that happened like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that too. But also, we're a little not foreshadowing, but my laptop that I use to record, edit, and save all of the videos is currently breaking apart. Like it's literally popping apart. So if something goes wrong and none of these episodes are ever heard, you know why.
Help him afford a new laptop.
Help me afford a new laptop so I can edit these videos slightly less shittily.
Just give us money. If you know us
Give us
directly,
money.
give us money.
Or I will harass you again. I will publicly humiliate you and whip you.
Give
I
us
practiced
subscribers
all
or
last
give us
episode.
money.
Give me liberty or give me subscribers.
Give me liberty to say what the hell I want or give me subscriber.
Or give me subscriber. We already found out last episode that I'm the only one allowed to say retarded.
Yeah, it won't stop me from saying it. Kidding. Don't hang me from a lamppost. Kidding.
Yeah, that's Black Kenny's job.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's alright, I'm retarded. You can't get mad.
going past that, back to World
Going
War
past
fast food.
back to world. This is such a riveting episode.
What a riveting episode. Wendy's. What did we decide about Wendy's?
Wendy's, we agreed, reluctantly sided with McDonald's, but just out of spite of Burger King.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was like
It was
the
an
USA
uneasy
and
alliance.
USSR during the early part of World War II before the US got involved. It's like, I'll trade with you, but I don't like you.
Essentially, it's mostly out of the spite of Burger King, who will definitely be a leading fighter against McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Burger King. It wasn't Jimmy John's who went with the alliance. It was Burger King who went with the In-N-Out alliance.
All right, where do you want to throw Jimmy John then?
Jimmy John's was kind of on their own. Oh, I know what Jimmy John's was. Jimmy John's was a neutral nation.
Oh yeah, you're right. We were like Jimmy John's is Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland or like Norway.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm currently sitting outside in 40-degree weather because I think it feels fantastic. And I keep forgetting that
am
it's
I.
40-degree weather. I keep forgetting it's 40-degree weather until I breathe outward and just see like a little puff.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you
So
can't
anyway,
tell, we are in a tropical environment. We are not used to this.
we did say we're on East Coast, so we've kind of narrowed it down even more. Should we just say the
Southeast.
state? Should we just say
No.
state? All right. Is that
Let's
10th
let them
episode
figure
lore?
it out.
Is that 10th
Let's let
episode
them,
lore?
not 10th. Let's just let them figure it out. Plus, like over half our viewer base will already know.
I was gonna say, like 90% of our current subscribers go to our school alone.
If not
Pretty
all
sure
of
they
them.
know. If not all of them, they all know exactly where we
Or
are.
people that are located locally or we know personally.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is we say it.
No. Let's let them figure it out.
But alright, whatever, fine. I guess this is for all of you who stumbled upon us, you poor sappy souls.
Yeah. Suffer.
Or maybe there's a woodpecker in that tree. Look at him go. Maybe you
Eat
guys
it.
are here after we got I don't want to. He's like 50 feet up and I'm fat. Maybe you guys are here
And-
after we got. Maybe you're here after we got a Dateline episode from To Catch a Predator.
Yeah. Or the
In
time
which
I had
case, welcome.
the standoff with police.
That was lovely.
The third one this month. The standoff with police.
I can hear you playing tetherball through your mic, by the way.
And
Just thought I'd mention. Lovely.
this
See, if
ball
that's
is so
coming through you,
deflated.
if that's coming through, you could definitely hear my whip cracks.
I heard it like every now and then, but I did not hear it that much.
That's a shame. All right. So World War Food. I think we've exhausted that for now. Unless you want to continue.
There's more of it, but it's kind of a boring topic. Let's go on to something more entertaining.
All right. Hear me out. NPC hurt noise boxing.
Yeah. Okay. So the premise is, two professional boxers get in the ring. They start fighting each other. They do not grunt or groan how you expect them to. They just make very loud and sudden NPC hurt noises.
And most of the time they're like delayed, so they've already gotten hit, and they just go.
Yeah. So it's like. Yeah. So it's. Yeah.
That's
That's it.
I still think that's a great idea. Hey, look, I'm just trying to knock things off the Google Doc right now. All right, R-rated Home
Yeah.
Alone.
R-rated. Okay. R-rated Home Alone. I'm said this. This is an idea I came up with. Home
That's
Alone. We need to have like an R or X rated Home Alone, or it's just
a snuff
like
film.
yeah, a snuff film.
Yeah.
Like lots of gore.
hmm
Like
I'll let you run
Marv
it
and
away.
Harry. Those are the
You must-
burglars' names, right? Harry and Marv.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's in the
no,
first two
they're torn
movies.
apart. One of them falls into a wood chipper. Half of them are just spewing about. It is never mentioned, other than like violent screaming.
hmm
Marv, the guy left. It's gonna be Marv. He sees
Yeah,
it happen. The wood chipper's gonna be the first thing they fall into. He's
yeah.
emotionally scarred for the rest of his life. He
Is he
falls
still
over
gonna
and he
try and
stands in the
steal?
corner. No.
No, he's given up on that.
He assumes the fetal position and is now crying in the corner. Kevin
Uh-huh.
McAllister does not care.
Uh-huh.
He
Uh-huh.
then sets Marv on fire.
He starts doing NPC hurt noises as he's set on fire. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Uh-huh.
just a torture film.
Yeah.
Kevin McAllister is a sadistic little bitch.
It ends the movie with him saying, "So, do you want to play a game? And this is the prequel to the Saw movies."
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're trying to
All
say
right.
Kevin McAllister is a psychopath.
He is. I think sociopath fits better now.
Whatever. He's insane. Criminally so.
Gotta respect it. Gotta respect the hustle. All right.
Alright.
Next hypothetical, 'cause we're just blitzing through. Freddy Krueger is tortured in our lucid dreams.
Okay, so this spurs from the idea that what if we sent Freddy Krueger into our lucid dreams? Not like Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, but it's like, we lucid dream, and then they get their ass handed to them still.
That
No.
still pisses me off. That whole movie angers me.
He goes into our
I
dreams and
violently.
is living hell the entire time. He's being tortured the entire movie. As soon as he
It's
gets there, police swarm him and throw him into a prison for
it's a
being a
white room.
rapist.
The ceiling is white. The walls are white. The floor is white.
He
There's
proceeds
a
to get
bright white
raped
light.
by a reindeer.
Oh yeah, Mrs. Claus is there.
You don't,
She's also fucking a
yeah.
fucking a reindeer
Although
and all of the
the people in
elves.
the audience, do not know that yet. This was saved for the Christmas episode.
Yeah. Well, it was supposed to be, but you said reindeer, and I'm going on a
Yes,
tangent.
I know. I know. This,
Do you want to make
but to
the
be
bit?
fair, the premise never started at Christmas. It started in like the middle of January.
You right, but do you want to make the joke anyway?
Let's make the joke. I've already said it. Mrs.
No,
Claus's
the
pussy is as big as the Grand Canyon.
thank you. That's the sentence I was looking for, but say it correctly this time.
That pussy's as big as the Grand Canyon.
There you go. Thank you. That was the entire bit. We've had this planned for months. I hope
Yeah,
you appreciate that. I love you all. Where's our goddamn Emmy?
yeah. Our Emmy, give it.
Emmy. So
So
all
we're
right.
kind of
So
just
what's your
running out of
plan?
ideas for this episode. So like,
No. Shut up. So what's your battle plan against Freddy Krueger? Like lucid dreaming.
lucid
What's your game
dreaming.
plan? Yeah. What's your game plan?
As soon as he starts, he falls into a pit.
A
As
punji
soon as that
pit?
happens, he falls into a punchy pit. His legs impaled. He cannot walk.
Okay. He starts aggressively scuttling towards you like COD zombies. What you do?
He hits the wire. He looks down. He sees the click. It is too late. He is set on fire with napalm. He cannot put it out.
Okay.
He melts into a puddle of himself, which then I piss on.
All right. The puddle starts reforming. There's now like 100 tiny Freddy Kruegers. What you do?
I open yet a second punchy pit. They fall into there. I close it.
Now what?
All right, I gotta think of the more dumb ideas we had. What the hell?
Okay. All right. So hear me out. Here's a great idea. You start your lucid dream. Freddy Krueger shows up. You instantly teleport him into a nice room. It's got velvet lining all of the walls. There's a giant mirror on the roof, on the ceiling, and the bed is shaped like a big heart. I will now try to fuck Freddy Krueger.
He cannot escape.
He
He's
cannot
like
escape.
he's in sleep paralysis.
Exactly. He is forced to stay still as I then rape Freddy Krueger.
He's also he's arrested by the IRS for tax evasion. He doesn't even get served taxes. For all intents and purposes, he is dead.
Do you think serial killers have to still pay taxes, like in movies like Freddy? Do you think Jason Voorhees pays taxes?
Well, I mean, for one, Jason Voorhees disappeared when he was a child, so he never had the opportunity to pay taxes.
Well, it depends on what movie you're watching. In some movies, he ended up in prison his whole life and then escaped, or he was like let out.
Well, paying taxes depends on if you have an income most of the time, anyway.
That's true. He does. What's
Because,
his form of
ladies and
income?
gentlemen, I'm going to teach you how to avoid taxes. Your employer and you have to file something called a W-2 form. If your employer or you never had a W-2 form to begin with, the IRS does not know how much money you make.
Therefore, don't need to pay
Therefore,
taxes.
they don't know how much taxes you need to pay. So you can be making as much money as you want, and the IRS will not know. But the only issue with that is do not put it into a bank account. They will see that.
Another
bank will-
important thing is to never say your plan out loud on a podcast episode. It's another
I
very
need to teach
important.
the people. I need to teach the people. This is different.
Okay, gotcha. All right, next prompt that we're burning through. Mr. Potato Hive Mind.
Okay, this person the idea that which part of Mr. Potato Head has sentience that would give the rest of the body sentience.
Yeah, which
This was
part is the conscience essentially? What has the soul?
Which led me to proposing the theory that not one piece has the soul. That every piece is part of a soul, but they can also be taken out and switched. As to why
Yeah.
in the Toy Story movies, Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head has on record switched accessories and nothing happens. But
they
you can't say the
realize.
body because Mr. Potato Head isn't a tortilla in one of the movies. Therefore, the
And
body is not
zucchini.
there. So his consciousness is not. Yeah, exactly. His consciousness
not
is
attached to
not
the body.
lying in the potato. But it's not in the parts either because they switch the parts.
Yeah, exactly. So and they're also capable of fully working on their own. Like when in Toy
exactly.
Story 3 she was able to see through her eye on its own.
Exactly.
And also in Toy Story, I think 1, where Mr. Potato Head throws his arm in an eye to play poker. So that means they're
Yes.
capable of working independently in little groups, which led me to the realization that they are a hive mind based off smaller subsection hive minds. And the
Each
easiest way
subsection hive
to
mind is the potato head in and of itself, but they can still switch which potato head hive mind they get to.
So wait. Here. Here's how I explain this to anyone whoever I force to listen to it. Imagine the NFL is the entire potato head lineage, right? All potato heads are in the NFL, right? Each individual team is a potato head. And then each individual limb is a player on that team, and you can switch players rapidly and blah 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 blah. Essentially, is how I've come to appreciate the potato head lore.
Which basically means there is a contemporary and there is a non-existent piece of his consciousness.
Yeah. So the real question is, how do you kill a potato head?
The simple answer is you can't, unless you entirely annihilate every piece of a potato head. Therefore, he has no worldly place to carry on his consciousness. Because unless somehow they have enough willpower to hijack another potato head's entirety, but that couldn't happen.
What is the that's a good point. What's the majority potato head ratio between one potato head has 2 of its original arms, but its legs and its eyes and its mouth are from different potato heads. What potato head is in control?
I think what happens is it's semi-consensual, like a football team, where they switch parts. They acknowledge that they're switching parts, but like it doesn't affect what happens. As soon as they switch, it works for them now.
All right, what if it was
because there's no examples of a potato head having their limb on another potato head, and and the limb of the original potato head works against the second potato head. It doesn't happen.
So hear me out. What if, hypothetically, like Sid from the first movie started mixing around all the potato head limbs, and like they removed your favorite arm? Like imagine you're a potato head, right? And you
Right.
love your right arm like the most, and he removes your right arm and he places it onto another potato head. Would you allow
Right.
the other person to control that potato head arm or no?
I think of one thing in. I think it's a two-factor control. Is
Uh-huh.
what I propose.
Okay.
One, there's physical control, which means it's attached to your body or you substitute for a body.
Okay.
And two, it has to be in like your spiritual possession. You have to have
Yeah.
it somehow. I would assume it's through either being close into your sphere of parts or being attached to your body
Okay.
or substitute there of a body.
All right. So is there a
Which would
way to
mean
get
that
all of Is
which
there a
would
way
mean
to
that
get
every
every single
part,
piece? No, wait, is there a way to get every single piece of every single potato head into one like giant thing and have the amalgamation?
yeah, if you have every single piece, it would combine. You get every single piece of a potato head. You combine them, but it also combine their
Yeah.
sentience into one being.
Yeah. So
So
would it
with
be like
that
a
theory,
council
if you
decision?
had a c- if you combine enough potato head parts into one another, or you combined two potato head parts into one, there is a chance that a potato head sentience they'd be co-occupied in a single potato head.
Right. So, all right, I got that. I fuck with it. All right, potato head hypothetical over. Next hypothetical, or not even hypothetical. Next prompt. The one we made a while back, and I completely forgot about Minecraft horror.
Minecraft horror movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot most of Minecraft horror movie thing, other than it was kind of a joke horror movie that it was a found footage horror film that some random
Yeah.
dude who fell into the Minecraft world, but it's like the those weird stupid realistic Minecraft videos where it's like this is what a ghast would look like in real life,
Yeah, exactly. But like, I like to think of it as like a
and
back rooms.
they were pursued by a Steve character the entire time.
Yeah, so I like the idea that it's like a back room, like you trip, fall, glitch out of the world, you end up there. So you end up in the Minecraft world. Everything is realistic to the world of Minecraft, but visually to the world that we're from. So tell me,
Exactly.
what would you do, Sab? What would you do if
Assuming
you
you're
trip?
playing by their logic now, I would
Yeah, so you
just, you
in
know,
an open field, but everything looks no like trees look like trees. They're just square. That's all.
which would then
You
mean
know.
I could play by their logic and I can just punch the ground without feeling a thing and then pick up a perfectly cubed piece of the earth.
Okay. What do you do with that perfectly cubed piece of earth?
I acquire more because I can, because I just
Okay.
can. I can put them all into one block. It takes the appearance of one of them, except I have 64 of them, and then I
Yeah.
stack it and make a giant dick.
Is that what you do in a survival scenario? Is you just immediately make a big dick? Like instead of an
Yeah,
SOS or you just make a dick? I
yeah.
respect it. I respect the hustle. All right, night starts to fall. You're sitting on top of your giant dick. You've won, or so you thought. There's now you see small dick creatures and zombies and things with bows and arrows starting to come towards you. What you do?
I quickly acquire more dirt and make a house inside the balls.
You make a house inside the balls? All right. As you're making a house inside the balls, you're about to place the last block, and a spider runs into your house. What you do? The spider's like 3 feet long. It's
I
actually like
start
6 feet long.
wailing on it with my fists.
You're gonna punch a 6 foot long spider.
It's a matter of life or death at this point.
Okay, it bites you. What you do? You've killed it, but it bit you. What you do?
I look at the wound. I use the web. I wrap it around before the wound so that the bleeding stops.
Okay.
And I do
Got you.
that until I get to day where I can just eat food and magically heal.
Got you. What would that be like? I like to imagine you having your arm blown off, but you eat like a really nice like pork tenderloin, and your
Yeah,
arm just regrows.
yeah,
I like that.
exactly.
Yeah. All right. So you day one you have survived. You got a little hurt, but you survived. What's your day two plans?
I escape and immediately look for any animal.
Okay. You see a bunch of chickens off onto a hill about 100 feet away.
I sprint there and immediately start punching chickens and pursuing chickens until they are dead.
Okay. You now have 12 pieces of chicken.
All right, perfect. I see the
All
closest
right.
tree. I demolish the tree. I make a crude tool out of what was left of the tree. I
Okay.
dig into the ground until I find a stone. I make
Uh-huh.
I find eight perfectly square pieces of stone. I put them into a circle arrangement. It becomes a furnace. I stick a piece of
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
wood into the bottom of the furnace. I stick a piece of chicken into the top of the furnace. I cook it. I consume it. I
Okay.
regrow my injury.
Okay. While you are cooking your chicken, you hear somebody walking across the Minecraft blocks. What do you do?
I know it is him.
You
I
know it
know
is
it is
him.
him. I
What do you
craft a
do?
weapon. I craft a
You
weapon.
you walk outside. There's no one there. What you do?
Fear overcomes me.
Okay. So
I'm
what do you
now
do for the rest of the day? As you're now
I'm now
wrapped in
over
fear.
encumbered with paranoia.
Okay. Night falls. You hear digging. What do you do?
I prepare myself for the worst as I ready my weapon.
All right. You hear digging. It passes directly underneath your floor and keeps going. It does not stop.
Do I see a gamer tag?
You see nothing.
Do
But
I
you do
look up?
hear.
Do I see a gamer tag?
You do not see a gamer tag. But you do hear the placing of TNT. What do you do?
Run, run. I run out of the dick-shaped house. I run. I keep running.
All right, you keep running into the night. Creatures are on your left and right. Zombies are now following you. There are two creepers and a skeleton is shooting at you. What you do?
I make a crude wall out of dirt and continue running.
Okay. You make your crude wall of dirt, and as you turn around to push the last blocks, you do see a gamer tag now. It just says him. What you do?
I know it is him. I must flee. I do not stand a chance in this situation. I must flee. I must run.
Understood. You start running. You keep running. When do you stop?
I stop when I feel like as though I am safe, although that'll never reappear to me now.
Good. How do you choose to live peacefully with him, or do you die?
I know. I know he does not wish to exist peacefully. I know he doesn't. I knew
You
from the
know.
start he did not want to exist peacefully. He will never rest until I am not, until I am at peace with the earth, until he
Uh-huh,
has
uh-huh,
done
uh-huh.
me in, until I am dead. I
So
try
what do
my
you?
best not to try my best not to give him that which he desires, my death. He does not get my items. I will live the rest of my days on the run from him.
So are you gonna kill yourself before he gets to you, or just keep running?
I hear him get close. I use the string. I create a rope out of the string. I hang myself. I do not give him the satisfaction of killing me. I put
Okay.
my items into a pool of lava. I
All
pour a
right. Got it.
bucket of lava on my house. It is
Okay.
over. It is
All right.
over.
It is over. It is over. Well, that was such a great prompt. Now, time for my favorite prompt that I can't believe we didn't do sooner. Sped Kid Holy Wars.
Bed
Sped
kid.
Kid
All
Holy
right.
Wars, baby.
So
I still want the
background
dinosaur from
information
kids.
for kids who are special. He can
Retarded.
say it.
Retarded.
Okay.
They're
You
retarded.
say the funny thing. They're autistic
Yes.
and Down syndrome. Most of them.
Most of them.
I don't.
Like-
They've broken into our school a multitude of times.
I saw a sped kid try to fight a kid. It was funny.
Yeah, I would
He
imagine
like
it would be.
he
I
put his
wish I
arms
saw
above
that.
his head. He put his arms above his head and crouched down a little bit. And he's like, "What? You want to go? You want to go? You want to go? You want to go?" And he just kept saying, "Would you want to go?" And then he ran between somebody's legs and then kept running away. It was really
That is
funny.
funny.
It
That
was
is great.
hilarious. I love that. Anyway, so
All
Sped
right.
Kid Holy Wars. I have decided that I want to try and collect a collection of Sped Kids and essentially get them to host a war. And I want them to
Okay.
fight
I
against
thought we were
other.
gonna act as an outside force never seen. We give both the Down syndrome and the autistic their own religion and
Oh,
let them fight over it over one common ground that both the religion shares. Let them fight an unending, unyielding war for decades, for years, for
well, yeah.
centuries
I thought we were going to
over
be the.
religion.
Are we generals or are we gods in this scenario? Are we
We are
teaching them?
we are
Or are we
not.
going to be the
We are
voice of God?
beyond gods. We are beyond their gods. We do not act as their gods. We put figures in there that serve as gods.
Got it.
We are an outside force acting upon them. Do you not know we are here, but yet we observe. We can interact with their environment, yet they do not see us.
Got you. So anyway, I wanted to do the autistic kids versus the Down syndrome kids in a Sped Kid holy war for their
You give
the
one.
likings of their god.
You give the autistic kids a religious figure. He is their messiah. He says he
Yes.
comes from God. He gives them teaching.
Yeah.
Yet, towards the that's
He's
at
one
the end.
normal kid in their army.
He says there is he bestows upon them a holy land of theirs. He says it is their people's land. He says it belongs to their people.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then ultimately, one of the people betray their god. Their god dies.
Yeah.
They still live believing that the Holy Land is theirs, and it is their God-given right that they have their Holy Land.
Yep.
Then you go to the Down syndrome kids, give them a messenger from God. Say, take your Holy Land, it is yours. Give them teachings, give them books saying he has been sent from God, and he has been told by God to tell their people to take their Holy Land.
Okay. Yep. I
And then
still say
let
Down
them do
syndrome should
battle.
win.
Let them
I say Down syndrome.
kill each other. Let them engage in an all-out, unending war. Let them
They
engage in
fight for our
crusades.
entertainment.
Watch it happen.
For our entertainment. So I loved that. That was beautiful. So how do you think do you think we give them weapons or do they have to make them on their own?
They are their own peoples. They will discover what they need to be done. They will discover weapons they will use against each other. In time, they will
Got it.
create things that'll destroy yet themselves and their enemies. And
Yeah.
eventually, it'll cease. And then no one
One
will
day.
win.
And no one will win.
Though both of them believe in their own religion, it does not matter now. Though both sides are nothing more than atoms. Nothing more
Nothing
than
more.
just nothing. Nothing more than dust, where civilization used to be. But dust.
Alright, so while we're scraping the bottom of the barrel, you give you are alright, so you are a famous surgeon, alright? Everyone at home, you're with
Neurosurgeon.
us on this. You're a very shut the fuck up. You're a very famous neurosurgeon, like the best in the world, right? And they bring in this criminally insane man. They're like, all right, give this man a lobotomy. We can't have him roaming the streets anymore. He's completely insane.
This is the
You
time
go,
where
all
they
right.
still give people lobotomies. They do not
This
give
is like
people lobotomies anymore.
This is like mid 50s.
Yeah.
Right, like early mid 50s.
Yes.
So you start to commit the lobotomy. He wakes up midway through the lobotomy. You mess something up. He now gains superhuman capabilities. He is now like Superman, but he is still
His IQ is
criminally retarded.
drastically low.
He's like a 45 IQ, but he has now superhuman strength, speed, endurance, laser eyes, all that fun jazz. What do you do to contain him?
He cannot be stopped. You attempt
What
to
do you
stop
do?
him, he does not.
You cannot like put him in a cage or anything. You have to like reason with it. What do you do?
You cannot restrain him. No reasoning will ever be. No reasoning will ever stop him. It is over. We
It
have
is
doomed
over.
ourselves. The
You
hubris of
fool.
man, where it's undoing.
Hear me out. We try to like get a bag of dum dums, right? And we just
Right.
try and like we motivate him with food. And we'll make like Sped Kid Holy Wars, but that's their god now.
Which one? Because I've
I
tried
don't
to
know.
mimic
Both of
the
them.
Muslim religion and then the Christianity and that whole
No,
spiel.
you don't say. You don't say. I would have never known.
Yeah, but like, who do we give
Eh,
it to? Who do we give it
I
to?
don't know. I say we make it Muhammad.
Okay, yeah,
The
okay.
retarded superhero is
Let's
Muhammad.
like let's give it the Down syndrome Muhammad.
The Down syndrome Muhammad. Yep.
I always thought in my mind this Down syndrome have always been the Muslims in the situation.
Yeah. I agree. I can't wait to have a pipe bomb in our mailbox after this episode goes up.
All right, we didn't screw with the
So,
furries this time though.
hey, they can afford a $2,000
$1,000
fursuit. They can afford
fursuit.
a
They can afford a
$10
$10
pipe bomb in
pipe
my
bomb in my
mailbox.
mailbox.
Hell yeah! I don't. Did you put this one on the? Did you put this one on the list? If you drop, what would your drops be if you were killed, like in a video game?
Yes, I put that in there. I put
All
if
right.
you were killed like in a video game, what would you drop?
All right. What would you drop?
Good question. I didn't think about it that much.
All right. I'll start then. I'll be dropping my cabbie hat that I wear all the time. Here's a picture of what my cabbie hat looks like. Not my exact cabbie hat, just a cabbie hat that looks like mine. I'd be dropping my badass legendary whip. Oh, got another crack on there. That was
Oh,
good.
yeah, that one was on I heard that one good.
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
you hear that? We're gonna
You
make
hear
a
that
back of the
shit?
short bus whips.
Like, you know how they have Supreme crowbars? We have back of the short
Yeah,
bus whips.
I still was the supreme brick.
The Supreme brick. I want to make the Supreme house. It costs like $600 million, but we've made a mansion
Uh,
out of Supreme bricks.
uh, I still love that video. We got the supreme crowbar. What are you gonna do with a crowbar? I don't know, but I got a crowbar.
So you waited for 12 hours to get a crowbar that says Supreme? Oh, I didn't even know it said Supreme on it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just
I love
wanted a
that.
really expensive crowbar.
Yeah. Dude, I want a crowbar. You've had to convince me not to get a crowbar while we were getting ice cream that one time. This was
You
during
got ice cream. We just had
this
a
was during
weird run.
this was during when we had Black Kenny over for a fire.
Yeah,
This was like
the
this
Jiffy
this would
Pop
have been
run.
2 months. Yeah, this would have been 2 months ago that this episode come out, but the Jiffy Pop run, that whole shtick.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy like a crowbar and shit. They
Well,
talked me out.
no. Well, it would be like 1 month since this came out because I believe that
But
was in the no, it was in the guest episode, not the Come Wizard
it was in the
episode.
it was guest episode, not Come Wizard. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
Uh,
no, it would be 2 months. Like barely 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. This is the 2-month anniversary.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know.
So,
I
so the
can't.
time you're
Who gives a
hearing
shit?
this, at least.
Who gives a shit? I'm retarded.
Anyway,
Anyway, so yeah, crowbar. I think that's
crowbar.
great. So my beautiful back of the short bus branded whip. My fancy hat, a bedazzled butt plug. Some like sandals, like really shitty sandals.
All right.
My I don't know. My glasses, my comedically large glasses that I wear.
Yeah, the women's glasses.
So that's true. I got a new prescription. I wear women's cat eye glasses because they have more prescription. Like they're bigger glasses frames, so there's more glasses, so I can see more, and that's my logic behind it. And I've worn them. Well, I've always worn women
Single
glasses
month.
for that very. Well, I've always
Okay.
worn women's
Anyway.
glasses for that reason.
Right. Anyway, so
Eh.
I think the first thing I drop is the cowboy hat.
Yeah.
I think we've made this clear by now. I have a cowboy hat.
He has a
That's
cowboy
pretty
hat.
fun. Yeah. So that'd be the first thing I drop. I dropped the Industrial Society Needs Future by Theodore Kaczynski.
Yep.
Let's see. What else would I drop currently? I dropped a pair of
Uh-huh.
boots.
All right. What are the
Let's see.
stats on your boots?
They're pretty cool. That's the entirety of
Also,
the description.
is Theodore Kaczynski's book, is that like a buff or is it purely cosmetic?
Both.
It's +1 to radicalism.
+1 once I build a pipe bomb.
It's like you've learned
+5
a
want to build a
crafting
pipe bomb.
recipe.
Yeah.
Learned a crafting recipe. All right, I got you.
No, if you have the parts, you can already craft it then.
Yeah. Your Honor, these were made meticulously with the greatest the greatest materials I could find with
How
perfect
dare you call it an improvised explosive device?
calling it improvised is quite frankly an insult to my craftsmanship, Your Honor.
When
I
the
would do
mailman
that.
sets off the landmine meant for the IRS guy.
Frick. All right, what do you think Black Kenny's loot would be?
Oh, another piece of my loot would be just a jar of dark liquid. You light it on fire, it is napalm.
Ah, lovely. Is napalm? Yeah, I guess napalm would be dark. It's oil and
Gasoline, motor oil,
gasoline.
styrofoam.
Yeah, styrofoam. Anyway, is it a one-time use or is it like a reusable, like a
You both get
delayed ability?
you get the jar and you get the crafting recipe.
Got it. I like that. That's pretty cool. So what's Black Kenny's loot?
What is his loot? You get the keys to his
I don't know.
Toyota Accord.
His shitty 2000 Accord that fucking cut my hand.
Yeah. That's one of the only items he drops.
I'm still pissed off about that. It's been almost like 3 weeks at this point. I'm still pissed off about it.
Yeah,
His
his Toyota Accord.
shitty little Toyota cut my hand because his broken handle.
Also, I thought for the longest time it was a Civic.
Is it?
No, it's an Accord. I just thought it was a Civic.
Ah, I see.
A Toyota
Lovely.
Civic. Or a Honda Civic.
Uh-huh.
It's an Accord.
It's an Accord.
Anyway, what else?
Accordion.
He gets anything
Would
that's
you-
in his car, too.
I don't know. Yeah, there
It's
isn't anything in his car. His car's junk.
Yeah, exactly.
nothing
There's
in there.
there's like a hat. And there's like 2 t-shirts.
Uh-huh. Alright, here's a good question.
Random
If you
papers here and there.
had to be
Yeah.
any kind of cookie, what kind of cookie would you be?
We already took the test. We're a sugar
We're
cookie.
sugar cookies.
According to a
Wow.
BuzzFeed quiz.
BuzzFeed quiz that we both took together. I completely forgot that we did that. So this is for the audience at home. We got bored one day, so we started taking BuzzFeed quizzes today. And then the next day we went back to school. So I was like talking with him on the bus, and I was like, dude, I was hanging out with a friend of mine yesterday, and we were doing BuzzFeed quizzes. It was freaking great. You should have been there. We both wound up being sugar cookies. And he just looks at me for about like 10 seconds, and then just goes, yeah, that was me. I went, oh.
Yeah, I know. I know you did that. It was like I was there or something.
If I remember correctly, we forced Black Kenny to do the test. Didn't he end up like a snickerdoodle or something?
I don't think we forced him to do the test.
Did we? We gotta force him to do the test then.
Yeah, we gotta make him do the test.
We'll do it on an episode.
Yeah.
We still have to do BuzzFeed quizzes as an episode. That's still
Yeah, we have to.
that's still a thing.
I guess this is mostly like also just a stupid idea plus promotional episode. To the audience at home, use any of these ideas if you want to. Just credit us if you want to.
Credit. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Let your friends know you got this stupid idea from this dumb podcast, and then make them watch the dumb podcast.
Force them.
Say this is not a request. This is a demand. watch the podcast. I have a
This is
gun pointed at your head. Watch the podcast.
this is a this is a dystopian future. All is run by our podcast.
Exactly.
You
We do
you
not know
can't
how we got
use
the power. Neither do
you
you.
cannot use the restroom without watching a full episode of our podcast.
You have to watch an update in order to piss.
It's a 10-minute video with before you're allowed to come in.
Yeah. It's like a waiting room and you have to watch the video.
I like the you're getting home from a late day of work, and work is only editing our episodes. But you
Yeah.
get home from a long
You think
long
that's
day
the
of work.
slave, the sweatshop editing our episodes and creating our merch.
Yeah, exactly, our beautiful merch. But
Yeah,
you come
came
home
home from a long day of creating cum wizard plushies.
with removable fleshlight pocket.
Oh yeah.
And you have to watch an entire hour-long episode at your front door before you're allowed back in.
You also have to produce those little stupid little vibrator balls.
The little. We haven't talked about that since the pilot.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the industrial strength dildo adventure we went on that we haven't
Yeah.
mentioned
Well,
since the pilot?
let's talk about our funny little thing that led to the conversation on the pilot.
Rewatch the pilot, by the way, if you don't understand what we're referring to.
The pilot doesn't have that good content, but it's funny.
It does have a nice fire, though.
Yeah. Not as nice as well, no. The one we just did wasn't an update, was it?
No.
For context, we threw a Christmas tree under the fire and it erupted.
It went. We're doing it again. I'm going to try and get your neighbor's dead Christmas tree in his front yard, and we will do it for the next one. And I'll also throw Roman candles on.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So it was by the fire that the night that we did the pilot.
Yeah.
And Neckbeard over here was looking up these stupid little dildos because we joked about this. There's this joke we've had for a while that it's like it's like the Ted Kaczynski jokes where it's like you receive an unlabeled box, but it has a sticker on it that says industrial strength dildo. You open up the box, there is not a dildo inside, it is anthrax. You die of anthrax.
Get shit on, nerd. Yeah. So anyway, I was looking through industrial strength dildos, and we came across this
he
one
encountered
website.
this interesting little item. So it is one. The description was so contradictory to itself. In so many places.
Vague and inconsistent.
Yes.
Yeah. So
for one, and there was
apparently it was a little ball. Styles. Comes in one of two styles: basketball or soccer ball.
And apparently, what you have to do is stick it in your pants and let it vibrate.
That's all the information that was given, and I was scared.
The charging information is also interesting. Apparently, you use a micro USB to charge it, and it's waterproof. Okay, so that's something. Also, apparently, there's no way to activate it. It just activates.
I was gonna say there's no buttons on it or anything, and it doesn't mention a remote control.
According to the description, it doesn't have any.
According to the description and the pictures that they provided, there were no buttons and there was no remote control that comes with it. So I don't know how you were supposed to control it, but it haunts my nightmares.
We have to find it.
We will find it again.
We're at the buy one way. Thing. We have to see how it works.
That's our 50th subscriber special.
Yeah, that's gonna be a live video.
Deep dive.
There's not gonna be a face reveal, but we'll have like a hand reveal.
We could put gloves on just to be asshole. I mean, they already know. They know your color because you show up in the pilot episode briefly. And Black Kenny, shut up. Black Kenny had to show me his hand because he said the N-word.
It's in the fast food mascots video twice. Once in each.
Twice. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm the
All
only
right.
I'm the only wild card right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, by the tone of his voice and how he sounds and what he says, it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination.
Hey. I may sound it, but legally I'm not.
You're pretty much there.
Pretty much. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Industrial strength dildo.
the industrial revolution and its consequences.
Industrial revolution and its dildos.
Industrial revolution and its dildos.
Did you know that in ye olden days, the ye olden vibrator was just a bunch of bees in a wooden container, and then you would agitate the bees?
And you stick it up inside yourself. That's pretty cool. I hope you knew that,
I
audience. I hope you didn't know that, so we could teach you about that, audience.
I hope you enjoy this knowledge we've given you on today's episode of Back of the Short Bus.
Yeah, this is gonna be a funny yet dry episode.
Did you know that the Magic 8 Ball was originally marketed as a paperweight and only found critical success when it was marketed as a children's toy? Did you
Did
know
you
that,
know the
audience?
Russian Orthodox Church used to blast nuclear bombs?
Did you know that there's a church that's made of over 14,000 skeletons and you're not allowed to film it except for one time where they did it for a movie?
That's pretty
That's
cool.
Bet you didn't know that one, audience. Love us,
Yeah.
please. We're just trying to make content for your goddamn entertainment.
Please, we need the numbers.
We need this. My mother won't let me back in the house unless we get them numbers up.
Please, I am starving on the streets currently.
Hell yeah.
I need the
Please.
numbers so I can buy a food.
I am in pain. I need medicine for my son. He is sick.
My many
I gave
sons.
him anthrax. My many sons, I gave them anthrax.
They all have leukemia somehow.
Somehow at the same time. They all look like Caillou.
I threw them all in a microwave when they were newborns. I wonder how they had leukemia.
I just wanted to give them superpowers. Didn't work.
Exactly. It didn't work. They all have leukemia. Like exactly. Yeah.
Lovely.
I don't
Glitchy Sab.
works, but it does. Oh,
I love you, Glitchy Sab.
baby.
This is great. I'm leaving this in the episode.
Baby.
I'm leaving all that in the episode.
Anyway.
Anyway, as soon as this episode's done, I'm gonna go start film or finish editing the guest episode that's would have come out way by now, way a long time.
Also, speaking of the guest episode, this is way overdue. You audience need to come up with a name for him.
They probably should have already done this by now. This would have been a month.
We haven't
after
given
that
them the
episode.
prompt. We haven't given them the prompt during the episode.
We gave it during the episode and the last
No, we
episode
didn't.
and the episode.
No, we
No?
didn't. No,
Oh.
we didn't.
Give them a
Because I
nickname, I
remember
guess.
mentioning the day right after we said it, and I said we didn't give them that prompt.
Huh. Well, then do it.
So if you ever
We
want to
won't
see him
let-
again, you gotta come up with
We're
a
never
name
gonna
for
let-
him.
We're not gonna let him out of the basement until he gets a
You
good
gotta come up with a
nickname.
name for him, or you'll never see him again.
Never see him again. I still don't want to do a repeat guest until after the
Right.
10th episode.
Uh,
But
this podcast, I feel like we're getting close to calling it.
I was just about to say that. This podcast is dog shit too. But that's not what the point is right now. So, the only two people here, sound off.
I'm gonna be in your walls, and I will be in your walls. I am your walls. Never forget that.
I am
Go to the Instagram. Follow the Instagram.
follow the Instagram, follow the clues, find the truth.
Find us.
Uh,
Find yourself
find
in the
us.
process.
Remember, if you're ever a desperate woman watching this podcast, don't forget, I'll date you. You can date a famous guy. I'm famous, right? We got 33 subscribers. We're doing numbers.
We doing numbers.
We doing numbers. I'm famous. Love
We
me.
doing numbers. Yeah.
We doing fit.
Love us.
We doing. Follow us. Goodbye, Captain Neckbeard out.